guys, and welcome back to a new video. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to make some fillers for your binders, and we're also going to be doing some binder maintenance. So I'm going to be using these fillers in my A5 binders. I'm definitely going to be giving a lot of helpful advice that I wish I knew like 2 years ago when I started like making stickers and printing out stuff like this. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so the app I'm using for this is called Ibis Paint, I think. It definitely has some complicated settings, but once you figure it out, it's a super nice app to use for this kind of stuff. So the first thing you want to do is you want to decide how big you want your fillers to be, and for this you can measure like how big your pocket is, and you can make them so that they like fill the whole pocket. But in my case, I'm going to be making them a little bit bigger than a PC. So for that, I'm going to create a new project, and I'm going to go down here, and you want to make sure that your project is 600 dpi. I can't really explain what it does, but it definitely helps with like the resolution and the quality of your project once you print it out. And I think the size of a photocard is 5.5 centimeters by 8.5 centimeters. So it's going to be a little bit bigger than a PC. So I'm just going to create the project, and then I'm going to be using one of my designs that I made some time ago. If you're also starting to make your very own like design from scratch, again, make sure that your project is 600 dpi. Make sure that the pixel size is as big as possible to make sure that like once it prints out, it's like super sharp. And this is already positioned where I want it because I want to have space for the post-it note. And because I'm going to be making my fillers a little bit smaller than what they were before, I have to change the size of where my post-it note is going to be. And for that, I'm going to make a new project. So these are the post-it notes that I'm currently using, and they are 5 by 4 centimeters. So now I'm going to create one project that is that size. So it's 50 by 40 millimeters, like so. Make sure it's 600 dpi to make sure that when we import it into like the filler, it is the same size and it stays the size that we want it to be. And now I'm going to give it another color so that way we can like distinguish it from the white background. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to go back to my project, and I'm going to import what we just downloaded. And as you can see, it's the exact same like size like it is in real life, which is perfect. And now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to move it with these settings here, because if you move it by hand, you might like uncenter it. So I'm going to go here, and I'm just going to change where it is. I want to try to center it a little bit. I think that looks nice, so I'm going to put it there. And I think I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. So for this, I'm going to use the lasso setting. I'm just gonna circle this, and then I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger by just zooming into it a little bit. I think that looks nice. I'm actually going to rise it up a little bit more. And now it looks a little bit more center, you know, if you compare it to these lines here. I'm going to undo the lasso, and now we have our filler done. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and remove this because we don't want it to print out turquoise in my case. I'm also going to go ahead and just delete this because I don't need this either. Just going to erase it. Remove the lasso again. And there you go, that's the filler. So I'm going to go ahead and download this. And I'm going to make a new project that is the size of like the paper that I'm going to be using. And again, you want to make sure that it is 600 dpi. And now I'm going to go ahead and import the filler. And as you can see, it is smaller than our actual big canvas now. And that means that when we print it out, it's going to be the size that we originally like put for it. And now because I made my filler white, you can't really see the border on where my filler kind of ends. So to make sure you can actually see it, you know, when I'm cutting it out, I'm just going to create like a little border around it. And for that, you want to go to filters, and you want to make sure that you have this selected. I'm going to filters, and then I'm going to go to style, and then I'm going to go to stroke, like so. And now I'm going to just make the outer width a little bit bigger, like that. And then of course, if you want, you can choose like the color of the border. I honestly think gray is pretty good, so I'm going to keep it like that. Maybe lighter gray. I think that's good. And I have a border around it, so now when I cut it out, I know where to cut. And now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to duplicate it twice. Like that. And I'm just going to move them to the position where I want them to be. I think that's pretty good, and now I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to merge them all together. And I'm going to duplicate this. And now basically what we're doing is we are distributing them across the page. You usually can only fit 9 fillers per page. If you make them a bit smaller, maybe you can fit some more. But if you're making them like photocard size, you can definitely only fit 9 in an A4 sized page. So I duplicate this one as well. Lower it. Perfect. And now we are done. We have our fillers done and they're ready to print. So for my fillers, I like to use some pretty thick cardstock. You can totally make them out of like normal paper, but I definitely do think that they feel a lot nicer and I think they will definitely last you a lot more. But again, paper is like totally fine. You can totally do that as well. I'm just going to be making 2 sheets of these because I don't need that many. Now I'm going to go ahead and download the project. So now I'm on my printer app. I'm going to import the fillers. Okay, so now I'm going to play around with the settings a little bit. I'm going to make sure that your paper is like the same size that you're actually going to print it in. And then for quality, I'm going to go for best to make sure that, again, they're like super nice and sharp. I'm going to do borderless to make sure that they are not smaller than what I actually want them to be. And I'm going to put them to fit to page. However, I really don't understand what this does. So if you also don't really know the settings of your printer, I definitely recommend to like do a test print on like some old sheet of paper. And then once that looks good, you can go ahead and print it on your actual cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and print them and I'll be right back. Okay, so here are the printed fillers. They look super, super good. I actually didn't really manage to figure out like the settings for printing. So they are 1 millimeter bigger than what I actually wanted them to be. If I just cut them like a little bit smaller, then they will be the size that I originally wanted them to be. But honestly, like 1 millimeter bigger is not that deep. And maybe like next time I'll just make them like 5.5 centimeters so that way they print out like 5.6, you know? But again, it's completely fine. And now the only thing left to do is just cut them out. And then I'm going to be rounding out the corners. Because these are PC size, I'm going to be using the 4 millimeter corner. So I'm going to go ahead and cut them out now. Okay, so I went ahead and I cut out a few because I'm not going to be needing all of them yet. And now we're just going to cut the corners. I like to kind of flip this around so I can see where I'm placing this. Because it has happened to me that I like accidentally cut the corner incorrectly. And this is our first filler. Again, it looks super, super nice. And as you can see, the printing is so nice and sharp. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the rest. And here is the final result. This is how all of my fillers look like now. And now for the moment of truth. Let's see if these post-it notes actually fit. And if they are actually going to be centered. And yeah, as you can see, it looks super, super nice. The post-it note fits perfectly, of course. And yeah, I'm super, super happy. So now it's binder maintenance time. Okay, so here's my first binder. And what I want to do is I want to put some fillers in here. As you can see, they are missing. I also decided to single sleeve my PCs now because with these double sleeves plus the matte page, the PCs don't look as vibrant as they do with just one sleeve. This was definitely not an easy decision because I really wanted my pops to be super protected, but also I want to make sure that they look super nice. I think like one page plus a sleeve should technically be enough protection. And we don't really need many fillers. I think it's just like 4. I also have to change the way I put in some PCs because in my, what was it, like in my Meow Cafe haul that I did, I accidentally put these PCs in the wrong spot. They're supposed to go here and then the fillers go in here. And yeah, so we're basically going to unsleeve, then we're going to re-sleeve my PCs, and then we just have to put in the fillers. So I'm actually just going to start with the fillers first. So I need 1 Target one, 2, 4. I'm actually just going to reuse these post-its, but I'm going to stick them onto the new fillers. And these were my old fillers that I used. I think I'm definitely still going to use them, but I'm not going to be able to like put post-it notes on them because I'm going to have to cover this up. Here are the new ones. Let's put them on here. Now I'm going to go ahead and sleeve them. It's definitely quite a tight fit, but thankfully it still fits into the sleeve. And the reason why I'm sleeving them is because I'm scared that the glue from like this post-it note is gonna get like on the page. And I think it's pretty impossible to like clean it out afterwards. So I definitely want to prevent any glue from getting onto the pages. And I'm gonna have to write the new ones down. So I'm missing Sungmin, Maxit, and Target. And I'm also missing his 5-star Target. So I'm gonna stick them onto the fillers. I accidentally wrote it upside down, but it's okay. I also just like to like reuse some old sleeves that I have because there's no point in using new ones for fillers. that can also, you know, get kind of like dirty, you know, with like the glue. Oh, it's like the wrong way around. This is definitely a tight fit. That's why I wanted them to be 56 millimeters, but it's fine. They still fit, so it's okay. Here they are. Now they are done. And now I'm going to put the fillers in my binder. So segment goes here. And then we have this PC. I do have it already. I just took it out for a video. I'm gonna put it back soon. And then 5-star target segment. And the Nemos. And now the Nemos are missing, but again, these are not supposed to go here, so I'm going to take them out. And then we're going to put the actual fillers that are supposed to go here, right there. This looks so much better. I am so happy with it. And honestly, while we're at it, I'm just going to unsleeve these. This was honestly not an easy decision because I really didn't want to get rid of all of my like smaller inner sleeves because it's a lot. I also have like some that I bought some time ago, so probably gonna have to sell those. Okay, so what I'm gonna be doing is I'm just going to be unsleeving each page individually, so that way I don't have to take all of them out. As you can see already, like I took the inner sleeve off and it looks so much more vibrant than this one. And honestly, like, I feel like they're protected enough, even though they are my pops, and I would prefer to double sleeve everything. I think this is okay as well. And again, like, the whole point is I want to, like, store them so that I can, like, look at them, you know? And I want to make sure that they look super, super nice. And again, I feel like the matte pages really make the PCs look super, super nice and vibrant. But once you double sleeve it, the colors just really don't look that nice. And the PC kind of even looks a little bit blurry. And honestly, I just think like the look of the matte pages with one sleeve kind of just like beats that like protection aspect, you know, of like double sleeving. Because again, it just looks so much nicer. And that is the very first page. It's looking great. Also, the one thing that I noticed is that because like the sleeve is a lot bigger, the PC has a lot more space to kind of move around. So I'm gonna have to be a little bit careful when I'm like flipping through. I want to make sure that I'm not like too aggressive with it to make sure that they don't move around too much, because that's what I liked about double sleeving. Like the PCs would stay super nice and centered, but again, it's just not worth it, like the PCs being blurry. I feel like even the hollow looks better with one sleeve. Okay, so I have a box here for all of my sleeves. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm going to do with them. I can always use them for like sales and trades. Again, they're not that old or scratched up, so I think you can totally reuse them. Look at the difference. That looks so much better. Yeah, as I was saying, this PC was missing, so we're going to put it back in here. I'm trying to like center it like in the sleeve. Hopefully that does something. Maybe they'll just end up moving anyways, but I'll try to center them. Oh my god, Lino posted the cutest picture of his cat today on Bubble. Honestly, it should be illegal for cats to be that freaking cute. Like, Suni is just, oh my god. I'm so jealous, I really want a cat. But my dad's allergic, so we can't have any. But once I'm older, I'll be getting 20 cats at once, I swear to god. I'm definitely more of a cat person. I just think they're like a lot more calm. Of course, it depends on the cat, but personally, I like cats more. They're just more chill. I think it matches more with my personality. Bro, I swear to god, they look so much better like this. I'm so happy I'm gonna be doing this. Okay, so while I do this, I'm going to be talking about some plans that I have for the new pages that I'm going to be putting into this binder. And by new pages, I mean like the way I'm going to be setting up the pages for new photo cards. So I want to have like an ordinary page because I have this one Lino pop. It was like my very, very first pop. And I just do not want to get rid of it. So instead, I decided to like fill a whole 4-pocket page with ordinary pops. definitely very financially responsible. No, I'm joking. It's just kind of funny that I'm gonna buy, you know, more PCs just to keep one, but doesn't matter. It's gonna look super nice. And the thing is, the way that my POBs and PCs are organized in this binder, it's all organized by era. So ordinary would have to go at the very front, but honestly I'm just so obsessed with this Maxident page that I kind of just don't want to do that. And of course I could just put it like after this page, but I feel like it's gonna be weird, you know, to have like ordinary like in the middle of Maxident, so to say. So what I was thinking is to just kind of like create like a cover page, so to say. So basically I can just buy like some of my absolute favorite photo cards, and then I'll just kind of like fill a 4-pocket page and then just use that as a cover, so to say. And honestly, I definitely want to put these at the front. I like these a lot, but I feel like they should stay, you know, in like the 8 section, so to say. And because again, like these aren't even from the same set, so I can just like buy a bunch of like miscellaneous PCs that will look good together, and then I can just put them at the front. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna put that page in now. I think I'm just gonna think about it a little bit longer. Maybe I will end up liking like the ordinary page at the very beginning, but we'll see. And then there's something else I'm going to be putting in here. I forgot what that was. Oh yeah, I'm also going to be putting a new Maxident page in here, which I'm super excited for. I'm still missing a few pieces. No, actually just missing one for that Maxident page. And honestly, it's so hard to get. Like, I've been struggling so much. I want to get Hans' case, like Maxident case PC. Once I tried to buy it as well, and literally once I contacted the seller, which was basically immediately after like they posted their post, they were like, sorry, it's sold. I was like, you're joking. I don't know why it's so difficult to get that PC. And I'm kind of tempted to like buy it on Pokemarket, but it's going for like $12, and that's kind of insane. I also saw that Pokemarket like removed their fees that they always like put on the photo cards, which were so annoying because like in some cases it would make the PC like twice as expensive, which was not very cool. But honestly, I don't think they removed them. They just like added it to like the whole price basically. But honestly, I kind of like that because, you know, like it's just a lot easier. You don't have to like add, you know, like all of the fees on top. It's definitely going to be a lot more easier to like purchase stuff on there, especially when like Go managers host, you know, it's going to be also easier for them to like calculate everything. So definitely want to buy stuff on Pokemarket soon again, but again, that case PC is going for way too much, so I'm not going to be buying that. I also want Hyunjin's, what is it, like Sinraya POB for ordinary, but I just don't think it's worth it to just like buy one PC right now, to just like join a Pokemarket Go for a singular PC. So I'm just gonna wait it out and see if there's anything else I want. And who knows, maybe that hand PC is going to maybe go down in price. I hope so. But again, it's kind of popular, so I doubt that's gonna be the case. But hopefully that does happen because I really want it. But again, I'm not necessarily like in a rush or anything, so it's fine. So now it's time for the 2 new pages. So the very first one goes here in the front. Oops, it's upside down. I don't think this binder can fit much anymore. And the second one is, I'm gonna put it after this page. Or should I do it before? I think after is gonna look nicer. Perfect. Okay, so some of these POBs, I already have them like on hand. So I'm going to be storing those like in a storing photo card video. So for now, I'm just going to put like these old fillers in here because I already have them. And then I'm going to make a new one for this Hyunjin because I still don't have them. Now that I think about it, I think the store is actually called Sinara. Again, I just don't remember the name. Last time I heard about this like store, apparently they were like a cult or something. Like it was really weird. Something weird was behind it. And I'm pretty sure they had to like close down or something. I don't know. I'm not super happy that I own POBs from this. But again, since it was like my very first POB, like I guess I'm gonna have to make an exception. And here is the last one. Definitely looks a little bit weird. I also used like a different cardstock, so they're a little bit yellow, but it's fine. Okay, and now for the next page. I also have 3 of these on hand. Honestly, I would just use these on the way ones, even though I already have them on hand. Doesn't really matter. We just want to mark, you know, where the new PCs go in. So I have these 2 lucky draws, and I have Hyunjin's case PC. Now I just hand. So I'm going to make a filler for that as well. And this goes in here. And that's it for the fillers. So now it looks so much nicer. Definitely super excited to put the new PCs in here once I have them. I'm actually still not sure if I'm gonna keep this page like this. I feel like color-wise it looks pretty good, but again, since like the concepts aren't the same, I feel like it looks a little bit weird. I'll think about it. Now we just have to unsleeve these as well. So these are the PCs that are in my double-sided pages that only have a singular sleeve, and the colors just look so nice versus like these that have like 2 sleeves. Like you can definitely see the difference. They look like blurry basically. And I think that's like a cool thing about like the glossy pages is that like even though all of my PCs were double sleeved, the colors would still look pretty good. But honestly, like with one sleeve, the PCs look so much better in these matte pages. Kind of funny that I started with this page, kind of random. I keep putting the wrong sleeve away. Also, in my second Meow Cafe haul, I accidentally stored this Hyunjin over here. And like all of these PCs, generally I stored them in the wrong order. But now I moved it back. I noticed when I was editing and I was like, oops. And I went ahead and like directly just put everything where it was actually supposed to go. It's kind of crazy how distracted I get while I'm filming. Again, like talking and like doing photocard stuff is not easy. Okay, this one's done. I should actually do this one now. I love this page, even though technically it makes no sense because like Mahaguru like season greetings PCs. But it looks cute. I still don't understand why this hand is literally like orange. Like why is this wall? It must have been like the exposure or something. Definitely not super happy about that, but it's okay. Again, I'm still hoping it's legit. Like I got it on Poke Market. Once I got it, I did think that it looked a little bit weird. And like I searched the setup and it does look like Han is always like a little bit more orange than the rest. So I think it is official and apparently it's normal. But again, they just look so handsome, so I really don't mind it. Much nicer. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna time lapse the rest. So now this is done. I'm obsessed with this. Now I'm gonna move to this third section. So this still looks kind of rough. I really just don't want to have these in here anymore. And I'm just gonna make a filler instead for the Polaroid that I'm missing. I honestly don't know which Polaroid I want. I definitely want to get either Seungmin's or Han's. And the thing is, like, back then, I don't know if you remember, but from Accident, he had, like, his pink bangs. And I really want that Polaroid, but Han's also really cute. So, honestly, it just depends on which one is, like, cheaper and which one I can get, like, easier, I guess. So, I'm just gonna write both of their names. So, I went ahead and just wrote down both of their names. Honestly, I'm, like, okay with whatever I can get. I just don't want to end up, like, paying way too much for it, you know? Because I've seen it for, like, 7 euros. But I've also seen it for like 3, so I'll see. Oh, actually, there's this one German seller that I saw selling him. But I was like, I should not spend money. But honestly, I just sold like a pretty big set of some PCs. Finally sold after like months of waiting. So yeah, guys, if you see that your stuff like isn't selling, definitely be patient because it'll sell eventually. If you sell it for good prices though, of course. This filler is definitely gonna move around, but it's better than nothing. And then I have to make some more of these like corner tab thingies here. The thing is, I use like double-sided tape to stick them to the paper. And because I don't have that tape at the moment, I'm not going to be doing that now. I actually made these like tabs with my Cricut. So I'm definitely going to be making some more eventually, but not now. Exactly what I didn't want to happen. Maybe if I store like this, it won't move around as much. It looks really weird, but it's fine. And yeah, that's it for this binder. Okay, so now it's time for the second one. And because like most of these pages are double-sided, the photo cards already only have like one sleeve, which is great. Definitely a lot less work that I have to do here. It's just for this second section, I did double sleeve all of my PCs. So it's time to unsleeve them. I already did these top ones and You can really see the difference. And back to selling sets, I feel like this might be like an unpopular opinion, but I just don't understand people that sell their PCs for the like absolute maximum that they go for, and then they sell it like in a set, so you can't get like the PCs individually. I feel like that's just kind of crazy, because imagine like the person has to pay like a really high price for the PC already, like the absolute maximum that it goes for, and then they have to pay fees on top. Oh, this one's already single sleeved. And the thing is, it's just so stupid to price them that expensive, because if you think about it, like it would be a lot cheaper for the person that wants to buy it to just like buy it directly, you know, instead of having to like buy it through a go. That's just really dumb. So in my opinion, if you want to sell a set that you have on hand for people to like host goals for, then you should like definitely sell all of the PCs for a little bit cheaper, so that way like fees and stuff aren't that high, because again, like if the person just buys it directly from you, it would be a lot cheaper than buying it through a go. And then people complain that their sets won't like sell. I'm like, bro, like the PCs are just so expensive, and then people have to pay fees on top. Of course it's not gonna sell. And what I like to do is I like to like just sell everything a lot cheaper when I'm like selling it as a set, so that way when people pay like the extra fees, the photo card itself still is not gonna be like that expensive, you know. And of course, like you do lose a little bit of money if you do sell them quite cheap, which is what I do. But honestly, you know, like the way I collect is I like to like sell for cheap, and then I also buy for cheap, you know. You definitely have to be quite patient to like find cheap PCs, but it's definitely not impossible, or at least, you know, for what I want to collect. So honestly, I feel like that's a pretty good like mindset, so to say. And of course, like it doesn't always work out. Like sometimes I will like end up buying a PC for a little bit more than what I would like to, but it's okay. And also, if you think about it, like you have to do a lot less work, you know, because you only have to pack like one big set for one person rather than like, I don't know, like 20 different people. So the co-manager also kind of just does a lot of the work for you. So that's why I also think that it's kind of fair to like offer your PCs for cheap, you know, if you're not willing to do everything individually. And yeah, that's it for this binder as well. And now for the very last bit of binder maintenance that I'm going to be doing today. So what I want to do now is I want to double sleeve these PCs, because like the pocket is a little bit big, and as you can see, the PCs love to slide out. I did test if like these sleeves fit, you know, in these pockets, and they do. So now I just have to double sleeve everything. And again, because like the pages are glossy, I feel like the color still kind of like comes through pretty nicely. I'm just gonna do. And yeah, as you can see now, they stay in a lot nicer. Of course, like it's not gonna be tilted like this all the time. The PC does kind of come out a little bit of the pocket, but it's fine. I mean, I'd rather the sleeve coming out a little bit rather than like the PC just not staying in the pocket. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to make sure that the PCs are like kind of at the bottom to make sure they're actually like covered by the pocket. It's definitely a lot nicer. I also took these two PCs out for like this photocard challenge that I did some time ago. It was actually super fun to film that. And honestly, like you guys, I definitely recommend, even if you don't like film it or post it or anything, I definitely recommend to do like photocard challenges, like even on your own. Because honestly, it's so much fun. And you kind of also like, I feel like it makes you kind of like pay more attention to your PCs in a way. Because honestly, like I did not notice how often Han did his cheek poke like pose. He does it so often. And I didn't even know that he did like, that he even did like kissing lips and stuff. Like I didn't even like, I feel like I definitely pay more attention to like the poses and like the things that they hold and stuff like that. And honestly, it's just like a lot of fun. Because before I like did like TikTok or anything, I would definitely do those challenges like on my own. And a lot of people also just like do them on Insta. So they ask like people to like pick numbers, because you know there's like templates for them where there's like the challenge and then like a number for it. And then like your followers can just tell you like what they want to see and stuff. And that's definitely super fun. Honestly, I would love to do that on Insta, but I don't have like enough moods that I feel like would be interested enough, you know, to see my collection. Because honestly, I barely have mutuals on Insta. The thing is, when I started collecting, I wasn't like an adult, you know, so I was scared that I was gonna befriend like people that were like way older than me. But now I'm an adult, so I can see. The thing is also like it's just so difficult for me to like reach out. Like I'm so scared that I'm like annoying someone or something. I don't know. Stupid mindset. Because honestly, like you're never annoying anyone, but I just don't know what I'm talking about. I honestly have no idea what I'm gonna do with these magic school pops. The thing is, I'm still gonna be getting like Felix's probably, I hope, because I joined like a magic school go for like the 10 centimeter Bacardi plush. However, it's been a year, I think way over a year actually, since I bought it or since I ordered it. And because like the gum's proxy has been having a bunch of issues, they still have not managed to like ship it out to us basically. I mean to like the gum. And yeah, I've been waiting for like a year basically, which is so crazy. But again, I'm just happy like the package is not lost or anything. Like the proxy knows where it is and they will be sending it out like May. I don't know when exactly, but sometime in May, and it's already May, so let's hope I finally have it soon. And these are the Maxident Lucky Draws that I'm going to be putting in my pop binder. But I'm going to leave that for a storing photocard video, so for now they're going to go in here. It's actually funny though, I actually got these when I just started collecting. And my plan was to just like have hands. And then I got this one random, like I just like bought Lucky Draws. And like at the time you would just get like a random one. And I got Ian, so I tried to sell him so many times. But I feel like it was just fate, you know, for him not to sell because I love this photocard so much. Especially with his like white hair, he looks so good. These are Rockstar Pops. They're not even from the same set, but they look super similar. Honestly, I don't understand people that like Rockstar Pops. I feel like most of them were kind of boring. There were definitely some cool ones among them, but I feel like 70% of them had like super basic outfits and they were just not it. And I think they also had like an insane amount of like Lucky Draw rounds or something. I don't know, but they definitely came out with a bunch of pops. There's so many Rockstar Pops out there, it's kind of crazy. Now we're sleeving my 17 PCs. The corners are super weird. They're like really small. And the last one. Yeah, so it looks so much better. And now the PCs are way more protected. Which is so nice. And they won't slide out anymore, hopefully. No, yeah, usually when I would like flip through them, they would kind of like slightly fly out a little bit. But now they're really staying in place, which is nice. Honestly, I feel kind of bad for putting these two 17 PCs at the very back. The thing is, like, that was kind of my way from, like, dividing skids and 17. But honestly, it's not that deep. I'm just gonna put them here. Ta-da! So that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this binder maintenance video. It was definitely super fun to film, and I'm super happy that my collection is a lot more organized now. Definitely look forward to my storing photocard video that I will be filming soon. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!